In today's lesson, we're going to be talking about plot structure. I'm sure you've all heard about plot structure, but today we're going to go into detail to help you better understand.
The definition of plot is the literary element that describes the structure of a story, and it also shows the arrangement of events and actions. The example for you that we're going to use today is the story of the Three Little Pigs.
There are different types of linear plots. We're going to go over three right now. The first one is chronological order, and that's a method of organization in which actions or events are presented as they occur or occurred in time. The second one is flashback, and that is when there is an interruption of the chronological sequence of an event or earlier occurrence. And the last one is in media res, and that's when the story starts in the middle of the action without exposition.
The first plot component is the exposition of a story. This is the start of the story and the situation before the action starts. The example of an exposition in the Three Little Pigs is when the Three Little Pigs leave home for the first time.
The second plot component is the rising action, and that's when conflicts begin to develop and there's a building of interest or suspense. So for the Three Little Pigs, the first event that would happen is when pig number 1 builds the house out of straw, and the big bad wolf blows the house down and eats pig number 1. The second event would be when pig number 2 builds the house out of wood, and the big bad wolf blows the house down and eats pig number 2. The third event would be when pig 3 builds the house out of bricks, and the big bad wolf can't blow the brick house down. So the wolf tries to trick pig number 3 to come out of the house.
The next plot component is the climax. This is the turning point and the greatest point of suspense. The climax in the Three Little Pigs is when the wolf gets frustrated and jumps down the chimney to get pig number 3.
The following action is when the conflicts of the rising action and the climax are taken care of, or the loose ends are tied up. In the Three Little Pigs, this would be when the wolf falls into the boiling pot over fire.
The last plot component is the resolution, which is the end of the story where the conflicts are all resolved. The resolution in the Three Little Pigs story is when pig number 3 cooks and eats the big bad wolf for revenge.
If you have any questions about plot structure, email me or Brooklyn and we will give you some answers, or you can write your answers down and we will answer them tomorrow in class.